Today's video is a video response for The Good Stuff. I enjoyed watching Wheezy Waiter and I enjoyed the first week of The Good Stuff, the Origins week. The topic for the second week of The Good Stuff, which won't be up for a little while, is actually airplanes, and I have kind of a small area of airplane stories. When I was around 10 or so, my family flew from New York down to St. Croix because my maternal grandmother, has family down there. We were going to visit that family for the first time in my life, and for the first time in a long time for other members of the family. But my family drove from Northern Virginia to New York. I remember we got two big taxi vans, one of the few times we ever got taxis in New York, to go out to LaGuardia. And then we flew from New York down to Puerto Rico. And that was fine. And it was an early morning flight, but I wasn't really afraid of flying. I just hadn't done it much. I actually still haven't flown that often. But the fun part was when we got down to Puerto Rico and we had to get on a hopper. We never left the airport. I don't think we really left our gate just to go to the next gate. We had to get on a little hopper to get from Puerto Rico down to St. Croix because the airfield at St. Croix is tiny. It's not like a big airport, it's a small island with a small airfield. And that's a lie. We did not fly to St. Croix, we flew to St. Thomas because St. Thomas is the bigger island in the US Virgin Islands. And that's the one that has the airfield. The fun thing about flying from Puerto Rico to St. Thomas is that our plane wasn't working right 2 or 3 times. So the thing is, they had us walk us out onto the tarmac, get into this little plane with some propellers. It was like a 12 to 18 seater plane, so this thing was cozy. And then the plane would taxi. Now the first time, I think the plane just sat there for a while. And we were all like, what's going on? And then they had us walk off the plane down a really weird little flight of stairs, across the tarmac, and go back into the airport. That happened a couple of times. And then we finally got in the hopper to go like 10 minutes from one island to the next. I remember my grandfather saying that there's something wrong with the plane, but he also he said there's something wrong with the plane because it had to take off so many times, but he was also really excited to sit in the window seat. Mind you, I was like 10. I don't know how much older he was to me. But he was super excited about this. We get to St. Croix in one piece and it's all good and we have a great vacation. The other part of this airplane story is the flight back from St. Croix to New York. There was something weird that happened with the tickets, and we ended up getting two of our about 12-person party, I think, got bumped up to first class on the big plane from Puerto Rico to New York. And there was about a day or so of the family kind of scrambling around trying to figure out who was going to take this other flight and how we're all going to stay together. And for the shortest period of time, I almost got to ride first class on an airplane. And I think I would have done it. I kind of wish I had done it instead of staying 2 more days. And I would have ridden back to New York with my grandfather, and I would have got to spend more time with him. But I ended up staying a few more days, and the plane from Puerto Rico to New York was uneventful as far as I remember. But I did think about the fact that I could have ridden first class, and there would have been no point, because I wasn't old enough to drink. I don't remember if I thought of it in those terms, but I think I did consider the fact that I wasn't old enough to really appreciate why people would want to fly first class. That's the good stuff. I have a pretty positive memory about almost being able to fly first class. That's still kind of cool. For VEDA, I'll see you all tomorrow. And for the good stuff, I look forward to the next series, week, whatever you want to call these. Ciao. The topic for the good stuff week 2, which will be up later-ish, is airplanes. Airplanes. Airplanes.